Welcome to the Mindset Elevator, everybody. To preface this video here, I'd like to say thank you guys so much for your ongoing support through all facets as it relates to this channel. I'm very appreciative and humbled by the growth that this channel has embarked on, and it's solely because of your support and you guys showing up and vibing out here. I love that, and it makes me feel really inspired, and I thank you guys, and I want you guys to know how grateful I am for your support. Let's get into this video, okay? Because I'm telling you, people do not like the fact that they cannot get you rattled, all right? They do not like the fact that they cannot position themselves to make you mad or to make you pressed and reaction, have a negative reaction to the negativity that they could be putting forth. It's a lot of things that people will try to do to get you out of character. But these old games, these old tricks do not work. You are unbothered, and as you should remain, because at the end of the day, we know what it is. These are ploys, these are tactics that people use to get us into a negative vibe so that they could twist the narrative and make it seem like we are actually an issue, or we are actually the antagonizer, we're actually the unreasonable people, when in all actuality, because they cannot control you, because control is like a currency to people who move like this. When they cannot control you, right, they'll try to have you act out of whack, and they'll do things to cause a negative reaction, to bellow out of you, and it's just not working anymore. You're remaining unbothered, and it has people shook. Why do they want you to be bothered, right? Like, why would they be annoyed by the fact that you're not feeding into the negativity? Because you have redirected your energy, you have redirected your focus. You're no longer pouring your heart and soul and energy into situations that are done, that have no substance, that are void of substance for you and offer nothing to you. You've decided to change the view, or to change the focus, so that you can go back to what matters most. And that could be protecting your peace, that could be protecting your home, that could be working back on your crafts, on your business, building, whatever matters to you, you've focused on that. So in order for that to have taken place successfully, you would have had to move in an unbothered way. Not to be ignorant to the fact of what's going on, and the fact that people do a lot of things to try to get us out of, our zone or out of our element. We are aware and are privy to these wayward conditions, but we're not letting it take center stage anymore. We've changed how we move. We decided that, listen, I have my own things to do. I got my stuff to figure out. I got to do my own thing, and I'm not going to be distracted or jilted or continue to pour my energy into something that I don't care about, or into something that could actually be having a negative reaction for me, or could be holding me back, having an adverse effect or multiple adverse effects to what I'm trying to do over here, right? So you being unbothered has people really shook. They cannot get you to be sad, melancholy. They cannot get you to act out, lash out. They'll do a lot of things, though. You'll see if this video premise relates to you and your situation. Please share the circumstances if you wish. But I'm telling you, when you act in an unbothered way and you hold your head high and you do not entertain these kinds of foolish, outlandish games that people put forth, you'll sleep better, you'll eat better, you'll move better, you'll move right. You'll see all of the opportunities that you might have been neglecting because you were feeding into drama, perhaps. Everything is starting to be healed again, to be rejuvenated, everything that matters most, instead of these dead-end connections that offer nothing to us but just baggage and chains and problems and control and just drama and issues and things that do not help us to grow into better people, into better citizens, into better parents, colleagues, you name it. So being unbothered, I'm telling you, if somebody's trying to attack you in your family, for example, they'll see that you've redirected your focus to your own family, your own little thing, what you're doing, your work, your job. And speaking of job, if people have been pressing you at the workplace when you're just trying to clock in and do your thing and clock out, they see now that the tactics or the micromanaging or the write-ups or the posturing, trying to act hard, trying to make you feel small and insignificant and unskilled is not working, because now all you're doing is working harder, doing more, being diligent, doing your job from A to Z, not letting anybody tell you how to do things, not letting anybody get to your head about your skills and your abilities, because you're probably getting rewarded, you're probably getting compliments from the community, from citizens who see that you're doing a good job. So the boss and the coworkers who are out to get you, they're going to see that you were actually unbothered by their micromanagement. You are unbothered by the negative feedback. It's never constructive. It's just negative. It's trying to get you down or trying to get you fired. Like, you're not even letting that get to you. Maybe not anymore, because you know of your skills. I mean, you're employed there for a purpose, correct? I mean, you're there because you're clearly skilled and you deserve to be there just like everybody else, right? So you're not letting these things get to you. And that's how it needs to be. In any situation, in any dynamic, in any circumstance that you feel has been getting you down, I guarantee, if you move in an unbothered way and redirect everything to what matters most, if you have not done it yet, you're probably going to do it. And when you do, you'll feel a lot better, because you're not pouring your heart and soul into something that is useless to you, or people who don't do nothing for you, things that lack substance and love and care, and things that compromise your peace. Once you start moving in that fashion, that you're not going to put that as the priority, and instead you're going to put what bolsters and reinforces your peace and your love and your hard work and what you're trying to build, it's like people cannot get to you at that point. There's not going to be anybody that can rattle you at this stage, because they see that you do not care about what they say and what they think, and they cannot hurt you. They cannot control you with words and with tactics, even with actions, trying to really get at you. They use a lot of tools, and they're all diabolical in nature, but none of them really work. They're not hitting anymore. They don't make sense anymore. In fact, people will go harder at you when they see that you're unbothered. They'll actively pursue you to try to rattle you, because these tactics are not sticking. They are not affecting you in the way that they either used to or they intended to. And so it's getting people shook. You know what I mean? It's getting people unnerved that you're still walking with your head high at the workplace or that family function or whatever the situation could be. And what they've been doing is not hitting you. What they've been doing is not affecting you. What they've been doing is not rattling you anymore. You're in a whole different mindset. You're in a whole different position, because you've decided to focus on what makes you whole. And if these situations fragment your life, they destroy, they make problems in your life, then of course somebody like you is not going to continue that negative, vibe, that whole, where this is going. That you're not going to let that continue. You're going to nip it in the bud before it becomes too extensive, right? So good on you for remaining unbothered. You being unbothered has people shook out here, because the control is over. They cannot have you focus on them. They cannot make you look at them, put them as the priority, or that situation as a priority. That you actually have a beautiful future, and you have so many things that make you happy, that you have to look forward to, that they can't touch. And they know that. Deep down, they know that. That's why they create spats, and they're very performative, and they do a lot of things. But it goes nowhere real quick. Let it be known if you enjoy this video, everybody. Let it be known if you agree. And if you have your own tales, your own stories, situations that relates to the premise of this video. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for supporting the Mindset Elevator. I love you all, and I thank you guys all for the encouragement, the insight that you share publicly, right? For all the support, vibing out in the community posts and the streams. It's awesome. It's lovely. And I thank you guys. Okay. Stay up, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.